Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike with Imperial Tropicals here on another Friday. So, thank goodness it's Friday. So, look at the 5-star cichlids back there. Those are nice. We don't breed them anymore. Real aggressive fish. So, I hope everybody had a good week. Hey, what's up, Ahmad? Uh, we've been busy here. It seems like it was just like the other day when I was on with you guys. So, that tells me that the week went by really fast. We've had lots of baseball with the boys. This is their last week of rec ball, and They have the championship game tonight because they won their game Monday night. So tonight's a big game for them. There is rain on the way, so it might get rained out and postponed until Monday. And then we have a baseball tournament this weekend in Plant City. So lots of baseball, but it's good. So basically, after work, I got another full time job, and that's coaching Little League Baseball. Um, so today I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that we've been working on this week. Um, you guys let me know if there's any fish that you guys want to see, and we will try to go show them to you. Tom, what's up, Tom? Manny Martins, what's up? I can't pronounce your name, but he says he loves the farm. I appreciate that. Brian P's on. Ace Dog 2000, good afternoon. Dexter's World, good morning. Just brought the Geo Redheads. Awesome. Redheads are one of my favorite Geos. Mods, this is not easy. I love it though, man. I like staying busy and I like spending time with the boys. What's up, IBPPL? What's up, Oliver? Jackson, Joy's Aquatics. Happy Friday. Docker J said he got the reship and they look great. I don't know why, but that at least the reship did good. We've had a few issues this week on packages, but with as many as we send out, it's going to happen sometimes. So, in fact, Rochelle just gave me a list of all the shipments that had issues this week, and it was a below average week. So, but it happens sometimes. So, we try our best to put them in the box and get them there healthy, but it happens. Good news is we always stand behind them, so always make it right. All right. Darth Vetters is wanting to see the Chitandis. I will try to get the camera in that room. I lose my signal when I go in that room, but I will try to show them to you. I know they're pretty small, not showing much color, but I can take a peek in that room. So, Giovanni, what's up? Scott Lesma says he saw the price eye on YouTube. Looking forward to those coming available. We are too. I really like the price eye. We've been breeding them and building our breeding colony up. So I'm hoping that Joe gets them ready for sale pretty soon. If anything, I hope we get enough to at least break off some groups for people. But that's a difficult fish. Like we brought them in, they haven't been in the U.S. I want to say one other time. Gary Lang says that's a new rainbow fish for the people in North America, and it's a really nice looking rainbow fish. But they seem to be more sensitive than some of the other rainbows. They've been doing better and better as we breed them. The more we breed them, so um, let's see. All right. Connie says she's waiting for UPS. They're delivering her Bozeman first order. Stoked. Awesome, Connie. I appreciate that. Let us know how everything arrives. I love that about the Fridays when people are on and they say that they're waiting. I think it was last week we had somebody do a box opening while we were doing the live feed. I think that's really cool, man. Really cool. Try to get some of these questions. Keith Wilson just said he got one of the Turkish. Man, I hate losing a Turkish. They had to reship it though. I'm glad it arrived good. We don't have a lot of Turkish. They fly out the door pretty fast. Thanks, Ahmad. I try my best, man. I always go 100. Ahmad's telling everybody to hit those likes. What's up, Gary? Domingo, it's been a while since I've been on a live. Got my new boys. All are doing good, doing well. And Angie did a great job packing. That's good. A lot of people recognize Angie's handwriting and her packing style. If you get a bigger, African, it's usually Angie. She's also the one that breeds most of those fish. So, all right, trying to get these questions caught up. Joseph, Mr. Talking Fish, what's up? Hey man, I get I crack up every time you put a video out. So I like it. I like it. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Joseph does a videos on his fish tank, and they all have their own personality, and it's pretty awesome. So in fact, he started a YouTube channel. I hope he's continuing to put all his new ones on the YouTube channel, but you can also see them in the Imperial Tropicals Fish Group page. So yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Mr. Tom Collins is on. Yo, yo, what's up? Very glad I have a Turkish already. Great for all the new people. They are ready. Yes, glad to be back in them. So we actually brought in a couple new ponds this week. We got I don't want to say a new strain of Areca Red, but a much improved strain. It's our original strain, but we're in our probably third generation of line breeding it to get more red in the Arecas. And this last batch we brought in, the males are just on fire. So to the point, I think we ought to call them super red Arecas or something, because they're definitely much redder than the old strain used to be. The old strain, I'd get, a certain percentage that had good red, but a lot of them would be kind of like a rusty color. So, man, I'm trying to get these questions. Dang, Ahmad, thank you. Just dropped a donation. Thank you. I appreciate the donations. They help me continue my fishy business. We're gonna be. I said it last week. I dropped it in, but I'm not ready to tell everybody yet. But we got some big news planned. Big news. Alan wants to see some Turkish. We could do that. Long Beach is asking about any bluish OB peacock coming back. So we are working on getting, we separated out the blue and the red, and we've been selectively breeding those towards more blue and the other ones towards more red. So the red will have some blue and the blue will have some red on the OBs, but I actually got 3 different strains of OBs on the farm. So we're working on each one of them, and I would say it's still going to be a few weeks. Big Joseph, appreciate that, Joseph. Hey, I'm really looking forward to New Jersey with getting everybody together. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So uh, I'm terrible at organizing stuff like that. So you guys are going to have to organize it. I'm just along for the ride. Um, all right, all right. Rebecca Burdett, hello. Marcio would said he'd like to see some Z Rocks. So the Z Rocks are in the same room as the Turkish, so we could do that. Um, so Blitz Peacock Bass Fishing. Got my daughter's 10-gallon up and running, picking up a 90-gallon tomorrow. How many peacocks would you do for an all-male tank? So personally, me, when I did an all-male peacock tank, I had like 25 fish in a 125. So if you did the math on that, you're probably looking at like 20 fish. But I see people put a lot more. I always, stock kind of on the lower end, so I wasn't have to do water changes every couple days. But if you join our Imperial Tropicals Fish Keepers group, you could probably get a lot of people um, posting, letting you know what they recommend and how many peacocks they keep. So join the Facebook group Imperial Tropicals Fish Keepers, and and they'll give you better advice than I could give you. You know, most of my tanks are 200 gallons. You know, and I could tell you, I think 20 peacocks would be fine, but these other people are going to say, well, if you do this and you do that, you could keep this or that. You know, but I think 20 fish in a 90 would be comfortable. You know, but you know, and then also if you keep more, sometimes aggression is down. You know, so let me get these questions. David Patton says, "What's up, everybody? It's 70 degrees in upstate New York. Nice. Spring has finally hit upstate New York. It's hot here. I was out there sweating like crazy earlier, so it's a hot one." Oliver says Angie has the best handwriting in the business. Andreas, greetings from Puerto Rico. That lemon Jake and blue dragon that I bought from you are huge and pretty. Awesome. Man, I love that we can ship to Puerto Rico with no problem. That works great. That works great. Oliver says the Turkish, he got the alert, the email alert. Charlie Tango's on board. Do I work with bettas? No. I have before in the past, but not really. I like bettas. Don't get me wrong; they're very popular, but I'd have to really create a special area for the bettas, and right now all the cichlids are taking up my space. So the Africans, the South American, the Centrals, the rainbows, the shrimp, all that is stuff that we're expanding on very fast. So not really. Maybe one day we'll work with some bettas. I do like the bettas, especially some of the wild types. Um, Ricky McCann says he's trucking by New York City right now, driving a truck. Cool. We'll drive safe. New York's a crazy city to drive through. Johnny, how's it going, man? Domingo says he's got the 15 passenger van ready for AE in New Jersey. We're going to Harold's. I don't even know what Harold's is, but if Joseph recommended it, I'm sure it's going to be quite the experience. Brian P says the Bosemana looked incredible the other day on the video. Bosemana are always nice, really nice. I like the Bosemana. Sean said, "What's up, everybody?" Sean Ellison's asking if there's any blue raspberry OB available soon. I talked about that a little bit earlier. We are working on some, so I'm hoping soon. Jack's asking, Mike, do your ponds produce a lot of live fruits as is Daphnia, and do you capture to feed baby fish? Yes, they produce a lot of live foods, Daphnia, glassworms, all types of rotifers, mosquito larvae, and we do go out there and net up the mosquito larvae at times. Like if Joe wants to go out there and net up, it's just thousands and thousands of mosquito larvae. But we culture our own food indoors, and it's more controlled, So we do Moena is the culture that we do. It's kind of like a Daphnia, just a little bit smaller, and that's what we use to feed a lot of our babies. All right, I'm gonna try to get these. Docker J donated $10. Sorry about the delay on that, Docker. I appreciate that. Glad to have you on. Glad for the support. Just so you know, man, I work really hard at what I do. You can see where I smashed my finger. Let's try to say, always swinging a hammer or tearing something down and building something new. So, always hustling hard, man. You'll never see me. You never see me get lazy in this life. And I work hard to produce the best fish out there and get them to people. So, Miguel's asking about OB Red Empress. I wish I had some because I really like them, and it is a fish that I think we will get one day to breed. So, not a lot of people breeding that, So not in a big scale, Got a lot of basement breeders breeding them, But so Scrub Zero says Electric Blue car showed up super healthy on Wednesday. Awesome. Miguel says his new arrivals are doing great. All right, I'm gonna try to get through these. Tom's asking about seeing the new Eureka Reds. Yes, those are in the same room as the Turkish and the Xerox. So, yep, for sure. Sean saying, "Hell yeah, I'm down. I'll bring the cigars. I might choke on those, man." How big are the Cubans? They're about 3 inches right now, but they've sold really fast this week. So I think there's only a few left, and it's probably going to be a few weeks or whatever before we're back in. So you might want to check the website on those and see if they're still there. I think there was only a couple left. So, oh man, hold on. And these questions are coming in fast, guys. I'm trying to get them. Will made it. What's up, William? Blitz is going to ask the group. Oliver says he has 40 in his 125. That's funny. So, but I tell you what, Oliver, you got one of the best looking tanks I've seen. They look great. So that's what I'm saying is, you see what other people do and how they do it, and I think 40 is no problem because, like I said, your tank is on fire. The downside is when you get a bunch, you're going to have subdominant ones not showing as much color, but I mean, that could happen even when I had 20 fish in my 125 or 25 fish. I had ones that were subdominant and they didn't show much color. All right. Ricky McCann, we got some Geophagus, we got Wine Millerai, we got Red-Headed Tapajos, we got Steindactyri. Not sure what else is on the website, but they all should be on the website, and we've got several new types coming. Um, Walters, Lavelle Walters said, I ordered 2 Vijas from you and a chocolate. Supposed to be arriving today. That's cool. Got another one. JH Aquatics, good morning. Nashad Karza, what's up, Nashad? Man, I hope you make it to the aquatic experience. So we need to talk about that. So if you guys don't know Nashad, every year he's volunteered and helped us at the aquatic experience back when it was in Chicago, and he went to New Jersey last year. So Rebecca Burdett's asking a tough question. Tough question. When are the Taiwan reefs going to be available? Man, that's another hot fish that everybody's asking about. It's crazy is I didn't run out of that fish for like 3 years, and when we had the hurricane and the flooding from last year, we lost a lot of our Taiwan reefs, and it's taken us that long to get back in them. But I will do this. I'll probably have the guys net up the pond just to kind of give me an idea of what size they are and where they're at. But I know they're growing, and I just, I would think that they're growing really fast because we're having really good conditions right now for growing with the weather and everything. So I'm hoping not much longer. But I know everybody's wanting Taiwan reefs, and Raymond's asking about the black orange lithobates. Those are coming too. Manny's asking about Fusifer or Preciceps from Tanganyika. We are breeding some Fusifers. I don't breed any comps, but we got some feather fins that are breeding. So somebody said Jesus loves cichlid fish. I think so. I think he did. I think he loved all fish. And Dave said I gave everybody the finger. Cat has been that way for like 3, 4 weeks now, and it might fall off. Brian P says Bible study. Oh, okay, I see what everybody's talking about. Um, yeah, I don't know what the Bible verse is. I don't remember that one, but somebody's over there preaching to us. That's good. We all probably could use a little preaching too. Chris Lell says he has 50 in his 220. Still wants more. Sean's asking about the red shoulder Severums. Man, so my friend that breeds them, he messaged me like 2 days ago and said, hey, they're ready. And then I tell him this morning I'm going to go pick them up, and he's like, oh man, he's like, they're going to be on hold for, a couple more days because they weren't looking that hot. So they're ready, but they're not ready. So I'm hoping pretty soon that they will be. Uh, but they're on hold right now. So let's flip the camera. I think we got somebody with an appointment here. So what's up, man?
Not bad.
Good. Good. Hey, how you doing? Angie's helping some walk-in customers, so I'll try to get some of those questions earlier. I was getting where they were coming in so fast I couldn't get up and move. So what do we want to see first? All right, so the Z-Rocks, we'll show you those guys first. Here's some smaller guys. Some of the males are just showing color. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got brought these in today. This isn't the Z-Rocks, but I'll show you these guys. So there's the BBs that everybody's been asking about. Oh, look at that. Sorry about that, guys. I lost my connection. I'm going to... All right, so here we go. Let's try that again. I had to get back on the Wi-Fi.
How many gallons is one of those pumps?
About 30,000. All right, let's see if I can still get any. It wasn't the heat that time, it was actually the Wi-Fi, but I'm sure the heat's going to be a problem because it's a hot day. I do think the ice pack, I just seen Tom's thing, I think the ice pack might be an option. I think that would be something that we could attach. Here's one of the bigger yellow blades. Now these guys are like 5 inches, so they're pretty big. Right there. All right, and then the other one was the Turkish peacocks. So let's go take a look at those guys, and then the Eureka Reds. Tom wanted to see the Eureka Reds that we brought in. Angie keeps the Turkish hidden under here. It's hard to do this with one hand, especially for those big blocks. All right, guys. Y'all remember back in the day, Sierra used to help me with this, and she dropped the camera in the water one time. All right, so there's the big Turkish. I'm assuming these are the ones that they put online today, because these are some of the bigger males. If I can catch them by hand. All right, Vito, I got your message this morning, so I will, I'll make sure you get one. All right, the Eureka Reds. We were blown away with these guys. These guys are spectacular. don't know how well they're showing up on the camera right now, but they are bright, bright colors. Really nice fish. Really nice. All right, so the other fish, I haven't been able to keep up with the messages, but the other fish was the chitandes, and hopefully we don't lose our signal when we go in there to look at the chitandes. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to make it quick. I'm gonna pop in and pop out. All right, so that didn't work out too well. I did get a peek at them, and they're not showing any color, so it just looks like a silver looking peacock at that size. And I will tell you this also about the chitandes is that I would not put them with aggressive peacocks because they are even more docile than most. I think the chitandes look best when you get males and females and you keep them as a species only tank. But let's go take a look at some of the field, and I'll park in the shade and try to answer some more questions. So guys, I don't know if you remember, but there was a really big oak tree that was here last week, and we took that oak tree out because we're having to redo some of our plumbing. It went right through the yard right there, and there was a huge oak tree there. It was like the size of that oak tree over there in the back. So we took that oak tree out, and then I can show you around the field what we've been working on. All right, so you remember all those boards that were around the ponds? We've been taking all the boards away. Oh yeah, guys, Vito, man, I appreciate it. Vito just dropped the donation. Hey, also Vito's in Paris, guys. If you guys didn't know that, Vito's actually in Paris right now, and he's on the live stream. So everybody give a shout out to Vito in Paris. Man, I'd love to visit Paris one day. One day. All right, so you can see all the boards. We've been taking these old frames off. These boards are what we used to use to cover up the ponds in the wintertime. And the last probably 5 years, you can see a bunch of them right there. The last 5 years, we went to a different method with covering the ponds where we did not utilize these boards anymore. So really the boards were just kind of a pain to work around because when we're bringing in fish, the nets and stepping in the pond, I got to move some of these out of the road here. They caused us a lot of issues getting around the ponds and maintaining them. So we've been pulling these boards up before the grass gets too tall. Let's go see what they're pumping down over here. Trying to remember what Angie said they were bringing in, but we'll go check it out. I'm burning the oak tree that we took out. I'm over here burning. That's a pond that's getting filled back up. You see all the fish moving right there. They think they're getting fed. That's some spiling pond. And over here are the Texas, and they think they're getting fed. Watch them when I drive around. They'll follow the cart. See all the little waves? That's where we're burning the tree that we took down. So we got the fire going this morning. All I'm gonna pull up here by this pond they're pumping down. I think they've already seined it, but let's go take a look. Yeah, probably could have sold the oak, but down here in Florida, you don't get much for firewood. I saved a lot of it back for myself, but it's too hot in Florida for fires. So let's see, we're pumping down the pond here. I have to ask Angie what's in that pond. I want to say it's the Rwanda, but I'll have to ask her. There's the cat. Changing the oil on that thing. Then I'll show you what that's where the water is going into the ditches. We have a series of ditches all around. You can see over here, I haven't pulled up this old frame yet, so you can see all the old boards around the edges. So probably next week, I'm going to be coming around, pulling all the old frames up around this. You can see some of the old boards. All right, guys, I'm gonna park over here by the dragon blood pond that they cleaned out. Show you guys what it looks like when it's empty. So that's what the pond looked like when it's empty. And I'm gonna answer some questions. All right, let's flip this camera around. Get that lid driving me nuts. All right. I'm gonna just scroll down. I'm sorry if I missed some of them, but Craig saying Joe's gonna drive a golf cart in the pond. Justin Shepard checking in from Orlando. What's with the styrofoam cover? Angie likes moving the styrofoam cover. I'm assuming the one that was on the Turkish vat, because of the there's certain areas in the greenhouse that the filamentous algae will start growing in the vats if it's getting too much sun. So she put on the list today that we needed some more shade cloth to put up top, because if there's certain areas that's getting a lot of sun, it's going to be creating that algae growth. So all right. Will Bonner is here late to the party. What's up, Will? Logan Winby. So we do have a vat of blue fire breeder peacocks, but it's in greenhouse number 2, and I think it's a little too late in the feed to do that. But next week, early on in the feed, when I say, hey, what do you guys want to see? That's the best time to do it. So. Jason Thompson, I agree, man. It hasn't even been getting ready to get hot yet. It's sure felt like it, but yeah, no, summer's not here yet, but it's not far away, because I could tell it because the sweat. July and August, yes, those are the brutal months for Florida. All right. Oh, Vito wants to see a red Empress stunner. Vito, I'll do it, man. I'll do it. Only because you're in Paris, all right? So he wants to see the red Empress. And that's in a greenhouse that's not as hot. So greenhouse number 2 is really hot. So plus Vito's in Paris. So let's go take a look at the red Empress. He said Vito's VIP. It's only because it's easy to get into, and Red Empress. Oh yeah. Guys were asking about some Victorians. That's the Mifemwe Frontosas. We got the Ventralis right here. Those guys are looking really nice. The Neon Street boots. Where is the Red Empress? Man, I thought they were right out front, Vito. Let me see what I could do. I know the Red Femborlia, I saw those. Maybe I'm mistaken those for the Red Emps. I know, man. I'm teasing you, Anna. Go ask Angie. I think Angie moved them. We'll blame it on Angie. I just seen the question pop up about the Taiwans. I talked about a little bit earlier. We're going to dip into the pond and check it out, see how they're coming, but I'm hoping not much longer on the Taiwan reefs. Angie, where's the Red Empress at? The Red Empress? Yeah.
I don't have, oh, the albino?
No, not the albino. We don't have any Red Imps?
No, not the new strain.
No, do we have any of the old strain?
Oh, they're in number 6, down at the left, on the left.
I didn't see them.
Unless Mikey's moved them, that's where they were.
Did we have some big males in there?
Yes.
I'll find them then.
Okay.
I'll look for them. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I guess I'll walk right by them. She said they're in number 6. Bryce, say hello to Jacob with the shrimp net. Angie spilled the beans. Yeah, she did. So, guys, we are working on albino Red Empress, and they are awesome. I love them. In fact, what she was talking about was our new strain of Red Empress that we're going to be breeding is out of the albino. They're carrying the albino gene, but we like them, so we're going to start. Oh, they're at the very end down here. That's why. I found them, Vito. So they put them in they moved them over here to the end. They used to be up front. All right, I got a couple nice males here. There you go, Vito. Nice smell right there. There's another one in here. He's not quite as fired up. He still looks really nice. All right, Vito. There you go. I only got a couple of them left, so I know you asked for a red emp and you asked for a Turkish, so I'll try to save you, one of each. Oops, sorry, you good? You good? All right, guys. I'm gonna try to answer some of these questions real quick. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna start from the bottom up. Joshua's asked if we do guppies. Yes, we do guppies. We don't breed individual strains, but we do sell male guppies. We used to breed individual strains on them, and we had some of the best guppies in the world, but the cichlid people spoke and they wanted more cichlids, so we phased back on the guppies. I hear y'all talking about my albino red empress. I'm gonna have to hold on to those things, man, until I get enough to satisfy everybody, because they're really nice. Let me know if you guys want to see the albino red empress, and I'll walk you over there and show them to you. But just know that they're not for sale, so don't be emailing us every day, like, trying to get one of them, because I can't do it. Not till I get enough, you know. John Mayberry has a question. Says he loves the show. Just wondering what keeps the ponds from losing water. Do you put bentonite or something like that on the bottom to keep from losing water? So in Florida, the water table is very high. So basically, if you dig a hole, you're going to have seepage. Most of what's in the bottom of the pond is clay and then sand. And yeah, it holds water. I mean, it's just like kind of like a lake, So, King Harrison says he's got an order out for delivery right now. Awesome, man. I love hearing that. Jack says he's working up a sweat. It's all right. Yeah, cat that split jeans on the red Empress. I have a thing for albinos, man. I love them. I do. I got a lot of different albino fish around here. Cat, yep. I did show the red Empress, I thought, on an old video. So Oliver's he's not on top of things, right? Mods busting Jacob's balls. Jacob. Raphael, first time on the live stream. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we go live. Also, I'll give the Facebook group a shout out, because a lot of them are on the stream right now, but we have a Facebook page called Imperial Tropicals Fish Keepers. Join the page if you want to learn more about fish and you want to be around some crazy fish people. Then you need to join the group, because we got some really knowledgeable, crazy people on the page. So, a bunch of comedians. Stagman is asking, how aggressive are the Cuban cichlids? So we were having a discussion here at the farm earlier this week about because the customer ordered a Cuban, they ordered a Dovai. What else did they order? Jaguar. I think that was the three. And all the people here were like, man, what's going to happen when you put all three of those in the tank? I'm like, well, if you were going to add fish with aggressive fish, those would be good ones to choose. Some people were saying the Dovai, but after watching the Cuban male grow up in our tank over there, we're betting the Cuban would win at that size. Man, the Cuban is just relentless. We've got a male right now in a 20-gallon tank, the one that is photographed for the website, and if you just walk by the tank, the guy flares up and tries to attack you. So, I'd say for the size that they are, the Cuban is probably the most aggressive fish of those three. But I think at some point when the Dovai gets mature, the Dovai wins. And the Jaguar, they can hold their own too. Yeah, Will. It's like, I tell them, it's like going to the beach, man. You just, wear your beach wear, and we got rubber boots. Ryan Ireland says it's hard to watch Fun Friday while fishing. Hey, at least you're on the lake though. That's awesome. Oh, cool. We got Rod from Predatory Fins in the house. Awesome. he says he has 5 albino red empress in my first batch of trying to breed color of red empress. Nice. Raphael says, asked me to do a shout out to his beautiful woman, Isabella, watching. Nice. Thank you, Isabella and Raphael. I don't see her comment. She needs to comment. Kevin, how much do you have to super chat for me to go get some OBs? Really, I just need to find a good strain. You know, you know, I think you're talking about the OB Red Empress, and there's an OB Borlei, and there's an OB Compressor Sub. I like all of them. Anthony's asking how the pawns are doing with the love bugs. They're doing pretty good. You hear the hawk back there in the background. They're doing good. I don't know, man. The love bugs don't have a lot of meat to them. Like, you know, when you see them hit the windshield, it's like just splat, you know. So I don't know if the fish eat them or not. I personally haven't seen them eat them. I would imagine if it lands in a cichlid pond, that's probably getting eaten. So somebody was saying that when the love bugs are season's on, that means the tarpon are feeding in the bay. It's time to catch them. But Will Dorr said he just got his Turkish order. Can't wait. Cool. Ryan Ireland says he's catching some Chickamauga giants. Nice. All right, Josh. Josh wants to come see if we could try to convert him from guppies into cichlids. I think it's pretty easy to convert you. All we have to do is send you home with a really nice cichlid and put him in your guppy tank, and bam, now you're a cichlid guy. No more guppies. I still like guppies, though. Maybe one day I'll get back into line breeding them. All right, so y'all want to see the albino red amp? Let's go. All right, we'll do it. All right, I guess since we're going to show the red albino red imps, somebody was asking about the blue fire, so so we'll go do those two.
You know, we used to catch chickens. You know how to catch a chicklet? Well, you don't have them here.
It's funny, the guy's here with his appointment, and it's like they just like talking fish, so they make the rounds, and you know, especially when it's their first time, they're kind of overwhelmed. Ooh, no net in here. Hold on, let me back out. Go get a net. I actually took the plastic off of this one, so it's not too hot. That's good. The blue fire should be in here. Let me find the blue fire. One of those. You might have to ask Angie. You guys see some of the fry here. Boom. It's breeding season right now, guys, too. The fish are breeding like crazy right now. So getting lots of fry. I see the blue fire. These look like young ones. So let's see. Let's see. Like these big pipes are hard to handle. All right. There's Mel. He's not the dominant one. This one looks more dominant right here. So the difference with the blue fire, we get these out of the OB strain is where we originally got them, but the blue on them is it's more of a powder blue, where the dragon blood has the darker blue, and it's throughout the whole body. So the name on the blue flyer came from, actually it came from you guys. We put it out there on, I think we actually did a YouTube video and we did a Facebook post, and we asked people to come up with a name because it looked like such a nice fish. And somebody said, man, you need to call it blue fire because it's blue and it's on fire. And that's kind of the name that stuck right there. Blue fire peacock. Somebody asked about the traversies, red tops. I think I showed these guys off last week too, but they're so nice, I'll show them again. These are the breeders. We don't have any for sale yet. It's funny, they like hiding. Right now I'm trying to net these guys, and they're all hiding right here in the corner. Like they know there's not a single fish down there in the back. It's like they know the routine. If they want to make it hard for me to catch them, they can go behind this pipe. I don't know that I'm going to be able to catch them. I'm going to try scaring them out. Man. I caught some. I caught them. Really nice fish. Really nice fish. I like the full of born eyes. I have a thing for full of born eyes too. All right, red empress. Let's find the red empress. I keep getting sidetracked. All right. Really need Angie. We're constantly moving the fish around to new tanks. But the good news is they should be marked. Mostly fry on that side. Diversities, Madokas. Albino red empress fry. See all the fry right there. There's probably about 50 fry growing up. That's fine. Let's find Angie. When all else fails, let's go ask Angie. I know they're in that room though, but hey Angie, where's the albino red eps? The number one on the left?
Yes. I'm gonna say third that in.
On the left?
Oh, I'm sorry. On the left, right after the Madoka.
Okay. I think the label fell off the tank because I seen a tank there, but I did not see the name. So right after the Madoka, yeah, I see the names. The name came off. All right. So we've got a male red imp with some albino females. And then we also have the standard gene in there with them. They're split gene females. All right, there you go, people. That's our albino red empress male right there. Really nice fish. And we're working on getting them ready for sale. So, well, that's a not a short project. It's a long-term project. So what we're going to be doing is raising up the 50 fry or so that we have to adults, and then saving all the females back, selectively choosing a few males to go with them. And then once that breeding group is producing, then we start selling them. So I'm saying sometimes when I start with just a few fish, it might take me 2 or 3 years of breeding it before we actually get it ready for sale. Because if you figure you got 20 fry, you've got to grow the fry up, right? And then once those are breeding, you take that next generation, and that's the generation that you're wanting to sell. And even then, you still got to keep saving breeders back. So um, David Patton says, Ronald, so the fish guy, Ron, he's a good friend of mine. He also has that same strain, and I'm pretty sure that he got his strain from the same place that I've got my strain. So, but a really nice fish. All right. Cat. I don't know what he would sell them for. I don't know. You have to ask Ron. He's the fish guy. So, I mean, typically not a Mabuna, peacock or hap, you can almost count on a 3-inch fish costing about $35. That's pretty much the standard market for a 3-inch. If it's rare and there's not that many of them, then they could go up to $50 each. And if it's super rare, you could put whatever price you want on it. Like those albino Turkish, they were like 4-inch males, and I probably could have sold them for $100 each. Because I only had 7 of them. They're not out there. So same thing on the black orange lithobates. I probably could have asked 60 or 75 for the black orange lithobates at that size. Aaron Mills, I agree, man. Everything on the farm is a long-term project. All right, so guys, I know I missed a lot of questions. Like Kat, I've seen your question. What kind of growth rates do you get in the vats? It's good, but it's nothing like the pond. All right, like the albino stuff, you guys already know if you've been on before. But I have to grow them up indoors in the summertime, especially. I might try the fall or the winter or the spring to grow them outdoors, but when we're getting 12 hours of intense sunlight in July and August, it's just too much sun for the albino fish, so we keep them indoors. Will said he would have dropped 100. That's what I'm saying. I could have really jacked up the price on those, but I don't do that. So I've put stuff up for auction before. Like I had a gizzle about a year ago that I put up for auction, and that thing sold for that fish male sold for like $200. So sometimes I'll put up an auction just to somebody's like, wow, I want that one fish. So Dave Patton, I do, man. I got a lot of fish. I'm a fish hoarder. If you guys didn't know it, I've got fish around here that my people here, they're like, we got to get rid of them. They don't sell good. I'm like, I like the fish though. I can't get rid of it, So yes, it's tough. All right. Ronald Salinas, remember seeing them back when I first got them. Yep. And that's been about a year and a half ago. So I've had them a long time, and we're slowly building up that colony. All right. So, how much would I sell them for? The red Empress albinos? I don't know. I mean, if you're on the Facebook group page, the Imperial Fish Keepers group, then I'd probably do the same thing that I did on the albino Turkish. You know. Kevin is saying what I think about the Malawi eye biter. I'm just sure. I love the Malawi eye biter. One problem that we have when we bred them is they don't color up until they get like 5 inches. and it's tough. You got to put a lot of time in the eye biters before you get them to color up. But once they get colored up, man, they're one of my favorites. And I had the albino eye biters, and the male ended up killing my females, and now I got a lone male somewhere around here. I think, unless somebody talked me out of him. Terry's asking when I could sell the red tops. The Traverses, I had to check with Angie. I know she had some juveniles ready. I think she's just waiting on me to get a picture. Uh, so Jack's asking in the heat of the summer, what is the average temperature of a pond? All right, so in a pond, you have what we call stratification with the heat levels. So I've seen the top level get like 90 degrees, and then you go a few feet down and it's 85, and then you go down deeper, it gets into the low 80s. And what we see a lot of times is in the hottest part of the day, the fish go deep into cooler water, and then morning time and evening time, they're back up top. So Michael Kroll says he's planning a 55. How many male female pairs of peacocks like blood dragons can you do in a 55? Well, first of all, with the peacocks, they're more like a group breeder, so you don't really want pairs. What you want is a male with, females. And in a 55, you could even do two males in a 55 with like six females. Like a 40-gallon breeder would be about the smallest that you could want to keep them in, and you could do one male and three females in a 40-gallon breeder, no problem. So just off that ratio, you could base, on a 55, you could probably do two males and six females. Join the Facebook group. They got a lot of information for you. So, but that would be my recommendation. Just winging it. What's the best South American fish to put with Severums? Really depends on tank size and a lot of different things, but other South American fish with similar temperament, you could probably do like the Juraparis. You could do red-headed Tapajos, a lot of different geos. You could do Cory cats. So. Well, it's the truth about those eye biters, man. I had thousands of them, and they wouldn't color up. It took us forever to get them to color up. So the team here is like, man, we can't keep breeding these things because we're not able to sell them as males until they get really big and they're really old. But so I don't know. There's a chance we might do some eye biters again. So, all right, guys. Hey, I went over an hour today, so. I know I missed a lot of questions. I really appreciate the donations today. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me. I also appreciate you guys joining us today. I'm out here showing you guys behind the scenes of our operation, how it works. I know there's a lot of stuff that I don't show, but one day, come out for a visit. That's a good reason to visit. You get to see everything in person. So. But we got some big changes coming, big improvements, and I think you guys, are just gonna say wow when it's all said and done. So, I appreciate everybody that's ordered fish from us. It allows me to provide, for my family, and everybody that works with us are able to chase their dreams working with fish. So, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the support, and we've got a long ways to go. I'm young, fairly young, and I'm motivated, and I know a little bit about fish. So I think I have a good combination of the right stuff to do some big things in the fish world. And I always look at it like I'm just getting started. I know people that come out like, man, look what you've done. What do you mean you're there? I'm like, no, I'm not there. I got a long ways to go. So guys, stay tuned. Every Friday at noon we do this, and you got any questions about fish, make sure you email us. Don't message me because I probably won't answer because I'm really bad about that. So shoot Rochelle an email. And like I said, I appreciate it. You guys have a good weekend.